Um, so as I've been doing a lot of writing over the last, I don't know, couple of weeks, um, you see a common theme in everything I'm writing. Choose love, choose kindness, choose, grace and patience, and love is the big theme because obviously I am completely and have been wholeheartedly in love with my ex-boyfriend. And as I've been having people go through it and just start, critique, tell me what you think, one of the big questions is why. And it comes in two folds. The first why is why do you even bother? Like why do you still love him? Why do you still continue to say good things about him? And that one's easy. I knew I knew that the moment the within the first week, I knew that he was something special. I knew that there was this unlocked greatness inside of him. Something that I hadn't seen yet. It didn't mean that he didn't have it. It just meant that I hadn't seen it yet. And I knew deep down, gut, instinct, all that kind of stuff. I knew that this man was gold, a treasure that I had just found. And it was only confirmed after his first visit here. He did something that none of the guys that I had ever dated had done, and it was to he connected with my son in a way that nobody has. And my son right now is a product of that connection, and everything that my ex-boyfriend did to bring out my son's sweet spirit is something that I will never have enough words to say thank you for. Um, he it only confirmed what I knew. You know, there are just some people who are brought into your life for a reason, and um, yeah, he he is gold in ways that I know I don't even know all of the ways yet. There's just so much greatness in him, and so much of that he's unaware of. And so, just because something hurt me, and just because what he said hurt me, doesn't mean I think all of a sudden all that goes away. Hell no. No. It's a situation, but it doesn't take away from everything that made him so special. So special and so unique and just so amazing, and why I believe in the greatness of him. So that's why I can look at it at anyone who says, well, why do you continue to say these things about him? Because I know that he's amazing. I know that he is. And I just know that whatever he's going through, whatever season this is in his life, is not and shouldn't diminish the greatness that is inside of him. And I will continue to say that for the rest of my life because I have experienced, I was a part of it, I witnessed it. My son is a product of that. So yeah, I'm passionate about making sure that he knows, regardless of ever if he ever sees this or I don't know. I have no idea where that stands. But what I do know is that I will continue to always say that he is amazing. So the next question people ask me is, okay, well then why did you even say that? Because to step back and look at it, yes, it looks like I just kind of threw my ex-boyfriend to the wolves and was like, this is what happened. And he's an awful person. I can tell you that thought never crossed my mind. Never did. Because after that conversation, it was a long drive home and it was a longer 10 days. 10 days of not even being able to feel like I could breathe. 10 days where it felt like my heart had been ripped out. 10 days of wondering all those things that I posted. You know, what did I do? Why would he say that? Will I ever be loved? Suddenly, everything about my self-esteem and what I thought of myself was gone. I couldn't eat. I barely got out of bed. I functioned at the bare minimum. And the last night before I made that post, I cried till like my eyes were so puffy in the morning. I looked like I had blown blood vessels. Like, that's how bad it was. And I woke up and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I can't be the only person out there who has been so devastated by someone they loved. And like everything else I want to do in life, I want to share my story. So that was my only thought, was to get it out there. Because either I needed a support system to help me keep moving forward, or I wanted to be a support system for someone else. And I loved all that love and support and encouragement, and everything that came with it was amazing. But what I knew immediately that I needed to readdress was obviously, you know, the people who got defensive and protective for me. And I am blessed, so blessed to have those people in my life. Thank you. But it wasn't about that. It was all about sharing when you just don't feel like you can even move. Because I can't be the only one. I know it happens. I know people have been so devastated. And I wanted to show, and I still want to show, and I want to always show that even in the midst of my devastation, I refuse to allow anger and bitterness and hatred to come in. I was thinking through one particular quote, and it was from Grey's Anatomy, which I absolutely love. But you know, I think probably the closest thing that I get to being salty is with this particular comment, and it's a quote from Meredith when she's talking to Derek. She says, "I make no excuses for how I repair what you broke," and I don't. This has always been something that's so important to me, that I am passionate about, is being real, sharing your story, being authentic, and then showing love and grace. And yeah, it sucks, and it was not my intention to throw him to the wolves or have forced accountability. And, you know, at this point, I don't even know if he knows that it happened. But what I do know is that if I help one person get out of bed sooner than I was able to get out of bed, then I'll share my story. Because that's what this life is about, is not doing it alone. Not waiting until you figured out how to get yourself out of bed, but just being like, wow, guys, I'm hurting. It hurt. And I want to make a difference. So, if you ask why I still continue to say what I say, it's because I know that he's great. I know that he's amazing. I know that what he did for this family can never be repaid. I am so thankful for what he did for my son. And yeah, I would love to have him come back, and I'd love to for the next part of the story to be how his life has changed. I would love that. I would love to see him help heal a little girl's heart because my daughter's struggling. And I don't know what that looks like, but I know that I'm so grateful for him and what he did for this family, for a 13-year-old boy who is feeling lost. So I will continue to celebrate his goodness. I will continue to celebrate his greatness and everything that he did and the influence that he made because he deserves it. Just because one comment doesn't erase all of it. And I will continue to tell my story. I will continue to be real. I will continue to share. And yeah, it sucks for, forced accountability. That's no fun for anybody. I've been down that road too, but I want to make a difference, even in just one life. You shouldn't have to go through it alone. There are so many people who hurt out there, and they go through it alone, and sometimes they don't make it. And I don't ever want anyone to not make it. So those are the whys. Yeah. Good morning. Happy Monday.